Hey ladies, my name is Jenny Chaffetz and I am the host of Sidelines Sisters. Are you a busy mom, powerhouse professional, or high-achieving go-getter? This show is for no BS women who want to be inspired to get off the sidelines of their lives. Ever feel like you're playing small or safe or just on autopilot? My guests are relatable women who've gone on a journey, overcome challenges, and lived to share the lessons that we want to hear. These conversations will be funny, sad, scary, wise, encouraging, and most of all, real. So whether you're driving, doing chores, exercising, walking the dog, or just laying on the couch, settle in and enjoy. I want to invite you to take back your power, reignite your passions, and step off the sidelines. Let's go. Hey everybody, welcome to this week's episode of the Sidelines Sisters podcast. I'm Jenny. I am your host and I'm a coach. I am super passionate about veganism and I want to demystify it and make it so accessible for everyone, for all the women listening. So whether you are grappling with health concerns or not, you probably know people who are. You have aging parents or loved ones. You have friends. Or maybe you have battled something yourself. I'm talking anything from chronic disease to acne, thinning hair, aches and pains, gut issues, and pretty much anything else you can pick out of a medical journal or women's magazine. I want to share this lifestyle with you and empower you to take control of your health in an easy, accessible, affordable, nutritious, and delicious way that also does no harm to the animal population. So I would love to invite you into my new program, a 4-week vegan lifestyle program, and we will talk about food, exercise, sleep, stress, toxins, and habits so that you can look and feel better than you do today. And even if you are full of energy, sitting in a body that you are pretty content with, I bet you want to stay that way. So maybe there are some little tweaks, little shifts that you can make to ensure that you continue to feel vibrant, positive, and let's not forget nourished. And I will tell you, as someone who endured a multi-decade battle with food, exercise, and body image, finally, now at 50, I am so calm and safe in my body to a degree that I never imagined possible. I was raised to diet, raised to exercise for weight loss or maintenance reasons, and I was also raised to eat a lot of freaking animal products, just as most of you. And so this isn't about blame or shame. It's about undoing conditioning and designing a new program for ourselves. You know, when you get that alert that your phone is due for an update, you do it. Well, my friends, our bodies and the planet is due for an update. We simply cannot continue in this manner of animal exploitation the way it's currently going. It's just not working. It's not going to work long term for this planet. And I'll also add that this is not a diet. This is not about me on some environmental soapbox. This is about embodying, really truly embodying feelings of compassion, empathy, love, acceptance, kindness, and respect for all the beings everywhere. But if you are looking for a new diet, then I'm happy to share this with you as well. But I want you to know that it's more than just the food on your plate. It is such a caring, heartfelt approach to existence. And as a coach, it is my job to make it attainable for you, to break it down into simple steps so that you don't feel overwhelmed with something that's supposed to feel so good. So I hope you will head to gentlecoaching.com/veganism. The link is in the notes. And check out this 4-week program that I'm launching to focus on all those areas of life that I mentioned, bringing in the love and compassion so that you look and feel amazing. And there's absolutely no reason why you can't have it all. But if you're someone who is used to celebrating, entertaining, and kind of revolving around animal products, you know, you love to go to steakhouses, barbecue joints, seafood restaurants, you love a good clam bake, I get it. I do. I really do. I grew up with all of this, and now I do it differently. And as a result, I feel differently toward myself and everything else. And to be clear, eating plant based is the only diet approach that has been scientifically proven to reduce chronic disease. All of it. So I don't know about you, but my goal is to avoid, as much as I possibly can control it, cancer, heart disease, diabetes, stroke, dementia, and just all the other things that we associate with getting older. It doesn't have to be that way. So take a baby step, join me in this program, and I assure you I will make this as easy, enjoyable, and satisfying as I possibly can. Now, for today's episode, I bring you the first of several episodes devoted to style, fashion, image, and how we women connect with clothing and appearance. She is a badass, relatable woman who is doing her thing. Jen Sattler is what I would call a fashion influencer and self-proclaimed midlife unfiltered mama navigating the M word, menopause, and empty nest life using fashion, beauty, health, and humor. She is down to earth, raw, real, and super stylish. So let's get into the conversation with Jen Sattler. Welcome to another episode of Sidelines Sisters. I am so excited. Jen, welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me.
All right. So, as I mentioned to you before recording, I first heard about you on Sarah Milliken's podcast. And like her, my goal on this show is to showcase cool, brave women. And I would put you in that category because let's face it, you show up very authentically and just present. You present your physical self, you present ideas, you present thoughts, and it's pretty unfiltered and awesome. So I applaud you, and I'm excited to share you with this audience.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, so let's start this. How do you define your presence online?
Ooh, how do I define my presence online? Okay, unfiltered. Um, I come as I am. I don't obviously get all done. I'm actually back from Pilates and we had no water in the house. So I have half Pilates on top and I threw jeans on the bottom. So I,
I love it.
you just go with it when you can. And that's a good question. I don't know. I think that for in the morning with the coffee talks, I just kind of say what's going through my head. I always said that like the all of the stories came about because all of this stuff going on in my head and I just need to get it out. So I guess that's how all the stories started to come about. And I don't really, I'm not going to say I don't care, but it's not about what everybody thinks. I think that whatever your space is here, you kind of find your people and your community. And I think that we definitely created that on Instagram. We definitely have, I don't like to say followers, but all the people, I think, have a really nice community. Not everybody always agrees, but we kind of just all chat and talk about what's on our minds. And I don't know, I feel like that's what my presence is on social media.
Now, I mean, I think people would primarily not label you, but see you as, is it fair to say a fashion influencer? Is that okay?
I mean, definitely started that way. I had a blog years ago, and then I felt like I was so pressured to have like 3 blog posts every week and to do it like this and to do it like that. You have to grow, you have to do it like this. I don't like those parameters to put, and whenever that happens, I always go against it. So then when Instagram started with that, you could start adding links to stories, it became a much easier way for me to say, instead of seeing like a pair of shoes and having to put it in a blog post with like a whole outfit and come up with like a whole look, I'm able to just say, oh my God, I love these shoes. And it was much much easier for me to like get it out just through stories, and then with all with fashion, and then it turned into like a whole nother thing with the coffee talk in the morning, which I'm not really sure how that started, but it definitely did start with fashion, and now it's turned into, a little bit of something else.
So let's step back a second. So where did that even kind of come from? I mean, I know you had mentioned in that other podcast that you had been a stay-at-home mom and, dabbled, maybe don't we all want the ideal job of a 9 to 2 and be available for our kids
For
and not have
sure.
to bring work home? But since that typically doesn't exist, when and so your kids were a little older at this point. What was the plan? Like, was there this vision of being, a not like a fashion journalist, or was it like I just need something to do and I'm gonna just talk about my life? What was that all
Well,
about?
I think like back in the day when we first started to see people like Ariel Charnas, something Navy, and the way they blew up, and I think those circumstances are different. She was like right place, right time, and not that you're chasing that or wanting that, but you see that, and I think that's how it really started when you started to see people like that on social media, and then you also have to like check yourself and think like, I don't know, she was a certain demographic and she blew up for whatever the reason, all of her or whoever it was blew up for whatever reason. And I always felt like I was like the little engine that could. So I was just going to keep doing what I was doing. And I kind of appreciate whatever comes in from that. And then I think that, like, you see, this is years ago, all these people getting these big brand deals and invited to these big things. It was much different. The whole platform was much, much different then. And you're like, you have to be so big to get to this or whatever. And now it's much, much different with being able to use Shop My or Like to Know It. And it's definitely a different space these days. But then I think with my younger son, when I was driving him to high school, and on my way home from driving him to school, I would have all these thoughts in my head. And I would get home and I would pour my second cup of coffee and I would sit down and I would just get on stories and be like, blah, blah, blah. And then it evolved into that. And I don't know. I don't know. It's a weird balance of things, but I don't know. I think it seems to be working.
It's working. Yeah, I
I
would say. I mean, from my lens, it is. I mean, you're a complete in the real world, complete stranger to me. But as you use the word community, which is perfect because I feel like I'm a part of your world, even though we've never met in real life and we don't live near each other, but we share this like special bubble
Mhm.
online. So I'm curious what real life is like versus online life. Like you created this community. Was there something missing in real life, or was it just an opportunity to add something?
I think it just happened totally organically. It wasn't, nothing was a plan. Nothing, I wasn't thinking ahead. I wasn't thinking, oh, let's pivot, let's do it this way. None of that. It just, I don't know, I think it just evolved into something. And a lot of what we talk about in the morning comes from DMs from other people and from our group chat in the DMs, because sometimes, depending on what we talk about, people are very vocal about certain things, and we talk about that. It could be something serious or frozen shoulder, what everybody's doing for frozen shoulder. It could be other things that are more serious, but a lot of what we talk about now is definitely comes from like all of you guys and the group chat, as I'm starting to call it. So look, we're all, but so many of us are all like the same age and we're experiencing the same things. And, a lot of people don't like to talk about things and we kind of just talk about it. And it's almost like a podcast, but just like all in like little snippets of things. I don't know. Literally, I think it was just really happened organically.
It's so interesting, don't you think that, like you said, there's so many women out there in this demographic who have shit to talk about, and yet it doesn't seem like they're talking about it, but they want to talk about it. And so thank God we have this online space. It's
Well, I
it's
think if they don't
weird.
want to talk about it, at least they can listen to other people talking about it, and they can find some sort of, connection to other people and, oh, really? I'm not the only one who's dealing with
Mhm.
that? Or really, your husband annoys you, like whatever it is, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's because some people just, don't want to say something out loud and they need to feel a connection with other people. And I think it's important that we all talk about things and not, hide or think that things are taboo, or when our mothers were young, they whispered things. I mean, I think that we all need to like talk about it.
Yeah.
And well, what are you doing for this? Oh, really? I never heard of that. Like, that's how you learn.
Hmm.
So I think that that's what's important. We're all really learning so much from each other. So
Yeah, I mean, that's how I went down the rabbit hole of podcasts. I was like, wait a second. It's like I can curate my own radio show. Like I'm choosing episodes to listen to based on the stuff in my life that matters, that I can't just go to Target or the lady next door and ask like, well, what do you think about hormones? Or what are you doing with this bloated stomach? Or it's it's like
exactly.
it's all there for us in this virtual space. It's
And now,
crazy.
don't you find that so many people, like all the people who you follow, has changed so much over the years, and what your content looks like, and who you're following is so different now than
It's so
it's
crazy.
it's crazy.
And I
All
love
the
that.
supplements and
And we could just keep changing it. Like when I was moving a few years ago, I think I followed like 75 different personal organizers. And now I'm like, oh my God, get out of my feed because I don't need to see any more perfect linen closets. I'm done.
totally.
Oh God, it is funny. Okay, so many questions about your platform. Do you find, or how do you find your connections with your group chat, online community DMs versus real life friends? What do you notice to be different pros, cons?
Well, I think that the DMs is a lot of Instagram community. And so many of the people I know well now, like they tell me, they were just in a car accident, they just lost their dog, so like you really form a connection with a lot of people. So that's really a lot of the DMs are things like that. Some people we speak every single day. We literally DM each other. Like I have a small group of people, we DM each other almost every single day. And so that's what the DMs are. Real life is different. I have group chats going, real life, and same thing. We send each other things back and forth, but it's weird. Like you have a connection with the Instagram community and a close connection with a lot of people. They're having grandkids, their kids are getting married. What do you think about this dress? Or what kind of shoes do you think I should wear to this? Or, you know, I don't know why I'm telling you this, but I just got into a car accident and I feel like it's just there's a deep connection in the DMs and it's a community. I mean, we're all like-minded women and all, have kids similar ages or similar circumstances. And it's an ongoing chat. It never shuts off. And sometimes
Mm,
I just double like it. Like I just like it if I don't have time and I can't engage. But for the most part, I do try to engage with a lot of the comments.
that's so good. So I heard you say on the other podcast that as we get older, we need to find our voice and feel confident expressing ourselves. What was that process like for you? Because I think this idea of finding your voice and feeling confident is not exactly normal or settling for a lot of people. So were you always confident? Did you find that there was this like breaking point of, I have stuff to say and I'm just going to
My
do
hu-
it?
my husband will always say, "When I met you, you never said a word." That's what my husband always says. Like him and his friends always joke when they're together. She never used to talk. I don't know. I think things change when, you have kids and your kids get a little bit older and maybe not even like empty nesting, but it's a different rhythm when your kids are out of the house. Like it's not just to get up and go and sit on the bleachers and, go to, the recital and do those things. It's a totally different pace. Your friendships totally change because you're not on the sidelines with people. Your time changes people. It's not like, okay, we're dropping off at 8 o'clock. I'll meet you at, the gym and we'll go do this, or we'll go take a walk, or, things
Mhm.
really change. So I don't know. You have to, I think so many people are always stuck in a circle with like things for their kids, and this is what your life just revolves around. And people who are stay-at-home moms, it's all about the kids. It's all about what am I going to make for dinner? It's all about the husbands. It's all about the this. It's all about, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, what am I going to do now? And I need to cater to myself at some point and not just be for everybody. And I think a lot of people also live in a world where, still live in a world where kind of like what the husband says goes and, live a life like that. And it's hard for people to find a space and find something to do for themselves. And I don't know whether it's, as I said on the other one, like knitting, gardening, whatever, like you need to do something for yourself. How many days can you just go and, I mean, it's nice to go have lunch with your girls, but like to do something that's like meaningful to you is, I mean, it's meaningful to have a connection and have friends and go and have
Of
dinner and
course.
those
Yeah.
things. And I'm not
Yeah.
saying that, but to have something that you can say, look what I have done. Look what I have planted. Look what I have made instead of
Mm.
just sitting and doing just for everybody else. I don't know. I think people need to put their mind to it. I think people are scared to do something for themselves and they think that they're going to fail or how do I do it? I'm like, just go on YouTube. You can learn how to do anything. I don't know. I think that that's important. I don't know how it all happens or started or evolved, but like I see something, I'm like, I'm going to go to the craft store and I'm going to try it. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But like
Right.
at least I'm doing like do something, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's important for, us all to find that something or
I
many
told.
things, whatever it
Yeah, I
is.
totally
Go
agree.
get
Yeah.
certified in yoga, go whatever it is. Like, but it's important for us to have something
Yep.
that's not just revolving around everybody else.
Exactly. I totally agree. Pardon the interruption, but I have to ask, how are you feeling? Like, legit, how do you feel day in and day out? Because if your answer is tired, bloated, achy, brain foggy, irritable, then that's not good. That's not the way we were meant to live. And somehow, so many of us accept that fate. We just think it's natural to get older and feel crappier. But my friends, it doesn't have to be that way. So I want to invite you into my plant based group program. This is meant for you if you want to take your health seriously. You're done dieting and you just want to freaking feel good. I'm offering you support, guidance, cheerleading, recipes, checklists, all kinds of good stuff in a community so that you don't feel restricted and deprived and lonely. Think of it as dating veganism. You don't have to marry it, just go on a few dates. See how it goes. So please check the show notes or go right to gentlecoaching.com/veganism and let's get started. Now let's get back to the episode. Were there aspects of your life, relationships, time usage that were affected once you decided I'm going to pursue stuff about me now?
I don't think so. Because you have all this time on your hands. Like you're like, okay, now what? I don't have to pick up I don't have to be at the car, in the car line. I don't have to think about, oh no, does this person need a suit for this? Or like
Right.
you have time. I'm just using time that was there, but using it differently.
Mm, that's a good one. That's people should hear that one. We same time, just using it differently. But you said how your husband married someone who never spoke up, and now he and his friends are like, "Whoa, why is she's all of a sudden has opinions and she's can't shut up." So how have people in your life responded to this version of you? This
I mean,
evolved.
I don't know. I think my friends probably don't see any different. And my father says all the time, he's like, oh, what does he call? He's like, are you broadcasting today? Are you?
Love it.
So I think it's really cute that my parents, like my mother will DM me something that she saw on Instagram in the morning. I think that that's like the
That's
cutest
it.
thing.
It is.
They're in their 80s. So I don't know. I don't know. I think that everybody, all the people around you kind of grow with you. They
Mm.
might see the difference, but I think that they're all with you on, or you're with them on their journeys. And we all just, acclimate.
So aside from like a ping of, oh, I want to learn how to do Indian cooking, what could it look like for a woman who has been doing the routine, whether she works or not, but doing the carpool, doing the basketball practice, prepping dinner, the stuff around, like you said, picking up dry cleaning and things like that. And kids are getting older or they've left. And now there's this newfound time. What would be your advice to women on how to find something for themselves?
I think that you can't I think we all overthink things too much. And then once we overthink it, then we like stay frozen in time. I think that whatever it is, you just have to do it and you just have to start. And it might not work out and you might fail at whatever it is that you're starting, but you're never going to know until you do it. And you just have to just do it. Even with my kids, I'm like, okay, so do it. Just try it. Let's see how it works out. But you're never going to know until you do it. Right now, if you're still cooking for the family and you love to cook, film a video of yourself cooking. And maybe like not everything has to be social media for sure, but you could start a Substack about like your favorite recipes. And, there are all these different things that you can, if you love writing, start a Substack. It's really, really easy. It's fun. If you're interested in doing whatever, check your local library, see if they have classes and you can
Mhm.
learn photography or whatever. I mean, there's so many things at our fingertips that if we want to do something and we're not doing it, it's our own fault that we're not doing it because the opportunities are everywhere.
Yeah.
You just have to start.
Yep. Exactly. Just start. I know it is scary though. I mean, that fear of failure is real. It's been like
100%.
drilled into our heads of, if you can't do it well, don't do it at all. And what are
Yeah,
people going to say? And now look what you've done. So
right,
it can be intimidating to say like, uh, I think I'm going to go try like an adult figure skating class. Like, what? What are you thinking?
right.
You might break
Well,
something.
I was going to say you might break a hip on that one, but
Maybe that was a bad idea, but
no, I might not try.
am I gonna really be a sourdough bread maker? Like, how do I even
Maybe.
yeah.
Yeah. Maybe. A lot of people
It's
are now.
it's actually on my list.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know, it's
But
scary.
you know what? I have people DM me and they're like, I want to start sharing links. How did you start? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I try and help a few people walk them through how to do their shop mys and they're like, well, how do you speak? How do you do this? I'm like, you will find your voice and everybody can do it in their own way, but you have to start first, and then you will find your own way of doing things. Whatever it is that you want to do, you don't have to do it the way Sally does it. You can
Right.
look to Sally for guidance and see the way Sally's doing something, but then find your own way to do the same thing. And it might be adult figure skating or whatever it is, but that's why also all of these social media platforms are so great because you could go on TikTok and learn everything
Yep.
about sourdough bread making. And then,
Mhm,
you know,
mhm.
come home and try and do it yourself. And what am I doing wrong? And now you have all of these, tutors
Yeah.
everywhere to
Yeah.
learn something.
It is troubling to me when I see other people struggling to find their voice, like you said. I mean, I see it. I have a heightened awareness. I feel like I've got, dog hearing for
Yeah.
people who are copycatting or don't,
Uh-huh.
and
I
it's
agree.
sad. It's like I want them
Mhm.
to go like do some breath work and
Right. And find
find
your space. Right. Don't do
yeah,
it like that person. Find your, yes, I agree with you 100% because it's forced and people see that it's forced.
right, right. And it's
Yeah,
like there's something in you that's so valuable. Why do you think you need to do it like she does? Like it's fine. You're good
definitely.
enough. Yeah,
Definitely. And you're going to find people who enjoy watching how you do it.
exactly. Right. So with your social media platform and you go on every day and it's like here's my outfit and you look so cute and you've got a certain style of the way you do it, which is I love because it's just predictably you.
Yeah.
At this point, the way you go on, like this is this, these are my sunglasses, my vintage Chanel bag, or maybe it's Walmart, or maybe it's Amazon, and going to the drugstore. I love it. Like I now imitate you with other people because I'm like, I'm gonna just do Jen Sattler today, and like these are my Marshalls jeans, and I'm like,
Well, but you know what? If someone runs into you, you can do it a different way and
Right.
say,
No,
hey, this
right.
is me, blah, 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 blah. And I'm going to, Rite Aid. And then you actually go to Rite Aid and you're in sweatpants and like a ripped sweatshirt. Then people are going to be like, that was not you. So that's why I always say, like, I don't have makeup. Like, if you run into me walking through town, this is me.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why with the filters and all those things, it's like, I don't know, you have, and it's fine if that's what you like. But
Right.
when
Right.
you're going to see people and they're going to say like I just saw you on Instagram and now you're like like I don't like that. You have to
No,
be
no,
you have to be
that's,
yourself.
yeah, no, that person's a liar. I don't like that. But what is is there a future vision? Or, I mean, even when you started the social media, was there a thought of, I'm going to grow a business here? Is that a thought now? What's kind of the purpose of every day showing up saying, here's my outfit and here are some links?
I don't know, therapy? I don't know. That's a
Yeah.
good question. But probably a little bit of therapy. But with companies now like Shop My, which it's an affiliate link company. I'm not saying that
Mhm.
right, but
I think
they're
I think most people have an understanding of both of
yeah.
the, like the shop my and like to know. I think people.
Shopify is doing a lot of really great things. Even for it used to be like you couldn't get approved for these things unless you had a large following. And that's not the case anymore with Shopify. And that's why, like I always say, if someone wants help with Shopify, I'm happy to help them share the links. And, because you can earn, even if you're doing something else, even if you're a teacher, you can earn like a
Mm,
passive income with it. And it makes a difference, especially in the life that we live now. So, what is the future? I think the future, it will probably evolve in some way. I mean, I hope the future evolves into like more brand deals, which little by little, things like that definitely happen. But I think that I will keep doing it probably the same way until it organically evolves on its own, based on maybe like if my lifestyle changes a little. But I still, every day, like even before the internet, when I had stacks of magazines, I loved Marie Claire. If you would go through whatever, you would always go and see, oh, who makes those jeans? Where can where can you
yep,
buy
yep.
that? Where? And so now with these emails every single day, I look at my emails. I'm like, I love these. I'm going to share them because somebody else might love them. So I don't know. Will that change? Will I stop seeing things that I want to share with people? I'm not sure. But I think that when it does, it's just going to naturally evolve into something else. I don't have a plan. I don't have a plan about what I speak about in the morning. I don't ever have a script. I never write anything down. I just go with it. And however it turns out or whatever it's going to evolve into, I think that that's the way it's supposed to be. I don't know.
That's
That's
so
kind of,
good.
it's
I
just
love it.
very simple, but it's just, you can't overthink things. And when you do overthink things and you do, like, there are certain days I won't be on here because I'm just not feeling it. And when you're not feeling it, you do come on, then people see it, they read it. You could
Hmm.
tell.
Yep.
So I just let it go the way it is, however it's flowing. It's not very deep. It's not very well thought out. It's not probably, that's why I still don't have that many followers in
Oh,
the scheme of things. But it's just, as I said, the little engine that could. I get another follower. I thank the universe for another follower, which I hate the word followers, but
right.
you just have to thank the universe for if someone bought an H&M pair of pants that, I shared. I thank
Great.
you for that commission that I got from that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's the way I take it.
So, what is your relationship to shopping like? Are
Oh,
you, yeah,
I'm
like
very
what?
sensible.
Mm. See, now I wouldn't have thought that if you didn't say that because I'm looking at the like different outfits every day, very stylish. I'm like,
But it's not always new.
mm, right.
Not always new. I wear like this is a cashmere sweater. It has some holes in it. It's from a thrift store, you know? So
That's so good.
it's not always new. When it's new, I'll tell you it's new, but it's not. I wear a lot of the same things over and over again, and I'm a sensible shopper. I like things on sale. I love the Real Real.
Mm,
I love Fashion File, the Real Real, Poshmark. I like to find interesting pieces. I don't want to be wearing exactly the same thing that everybody else is wearing.
I
And
remember. But maybe you'll remember this because we're around the same age. When I was in high school and everyone was shopping at either the Gap, the Limited, or Benetton,
Oh.
um, there was this Argyle, I think it was an Argyle sweater from the Gap. And I went to a really preppy high school, and every day it would be like, oh, there's four people wearing it. There's six people wearing it. I'm like, get me something different. Where can I go? And I go into my mother's closet because she didn't
Oh, I
have those
love that.
clothes. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I was so fed up with seeing the same. When I did get the Benetton rugby, most people had it in blue. I got it in green.
I don't think I was that evolved young because when you're young, you want what everybody
Yeah,
has.
yeah,
But
yeah.
also, my mom, I'm one of three girls. My mother worked at Macy's, so we had a discount for clothes.
Oh, nice.
And when my friends were getting 5 Benetton sweaters for Hanukkah, Christmas, my mother was waiting until Benetton had that like half yearly sale. And that's when we went to Benetton for our Argyle sweaters.
Th-
So
There was a Benetton outlet up in New Hampshire where we used to go skiing, so that was the key.
yeah. So I always it's so funny before when we had dance class when I was in seventh grade and it was like in a strip center and there was like what we called a stationery store back then. And we would
Mm,
always go into the stationery store where you get like Tiger Beat, a pack of gum, and then go to
yep,
dance class. I would always get the pack of gum that had the 7 pieces instead of the 5 pieces.
that's
I'm a
good.
sensible shopping. I don't know, not always
Yeah.
sensible. I mean, definitely you go off the board, but I am definitely a sensible shopper and I'm not a over shopper. I don't
Mm,
think. I
mm.
don't think. Maybe I
Well,
am a little.
maybe someone else needs to come in and assess that for you. Maybe you're too close.
Maybe. Maybe. That might be true.
So, how does someone figure out their style? I mean, I see you in your videos and it's like everything makes sense on you. Like you know your body, you know your style. It's obvious to me. How does someone else figure that out?
That's a good question. I don't know, like I feel like the young girls are all chasing the same style and they
Mm,
all have to have what somebody else has because somebody else has it. I think that those same people are looking at things also and not confident enough yet in themselves to be like, I know everybody has this, but I really like this. And it's hard for them to go for the one thing that they really like because they see everybody else in something else. And I
yeah.
think that once you get over that, and then someone's like, hey, where did you get that? I think then you figure out I don't need to have all of those things, but it's hard. I mean, a lot of people are always chasing what somebody else has. I mean, and we all do it. We all see somebody wear something and we think it's like the cutest thing and we all have to have it, but you know it's not going to look good on you or you know you're not going to wear it. I don't know. I think it's important to have confidence in yourself and not care what everybody else thinks. And I think you have to get to that point that you don't need to have what everybody else has. And it's not
Yeah.
even about, it's just like if you still want to wear a Benetton sweater from 1986, then you should wear that Benetton sweater from 1986. And it doesn't matter if, everyone's wearing Kate now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You should just wear it what you like and how you like to wear it and have the confidence in that. And I don't know, I think that it's confidence for a lot of people because they don't believe in themselves yet.
Do you think there's any connection between social media, the Amazon culture, and the lack of confidence in developing style? You know, the fact that you open up the Amazon app to buy duct tape.
Toilet paper, yeah.
Yeah, and all of a sudden you see like the trending outfits or like suggestions for you, and you're like, oh, well, if everyone is wearing that dress, I guess I should have that dress versus I should think for myself what I like, what would look good on me.
Well, I think that also when you start to go through your closet and get rid of stuff and you notice what you're getting rid of, if it's all of the Amazon stuff, that's all the stuff that you're donating, then you probably don't need all of the Amazon stuff, you
Mm,
know. But I definitely think, I mean, we live in such a culture where we just want to follow the masses in things that we believe, obviously, with what's happening in the world and what
mm,
people are wearing. And look, I'm guilty of it too. I mean, I have a TikTok presence. I, get things from the TikTok shop and promote things from the TikTok shop, but I'm also wearing it a lot of the times. So, but I fall into the same category. It's hard not to get influenced with all of these things when we're seeing it over and over again. Yeah, so my answer is yes. I think that I think my answer is yes on that. We're
All right.
we're living a crazy time where everything we're just following the masses.
Okay, so that leads me to you've got this really interesting, like, parallel road on your social media where you've got the videos of what I'm wearing and I'm going out tonight. This is my outfit. But then you've got your stories that are your coffee chats and things like that, which are not necessarily about fashion.
No,
So
all
what
over the board.
and now I know you started off the conversation saying, you had these thoughts in your head and this is a place to just kind of purge them. What is that experience like for you?
Well, it definitely can go different ways. I mean, sometimes you have to be careful because you want to say what you want to say, but you're also scared to see what the backlash is going to be because there's going to be backlash for a lot of the things. And we also live in a world where people have no filter and they're hiding behind a screen and they will type out whatever they want to type out and they do not care. So I don't know. I think a lot of times, sometimes I'll lay off certain things if it's getting to like things with Israel or things like that. If it's just, you have to read the room sometimes. Most of the time I don't. I just kind of, I don't know. It's a hard question. A lot of times I just have to get it out of my head. I mean, I really do, especially like with the thing with Barstool with Dave.
Hmm.
And then when, the really thing that it gets me is the comments really get me. When you start to read the comments and you think like this is the world we live in with thousands and thousands of comments all leaning a certain way. It's like, how do you sit there and not talk about it? Like it's
Yeah.
so a lot of times I have to get out of my head.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's
But
brave. I really applaud.
no, he definitely, yeah, he did not back down from it.
Yeah.
And people don't even know who he is. And someone messaged me, they're like, I see that he's a bar owner, but he should have handled it differently. I'm like, oh, I don't think you know who Dave Portnoy is.
Yeah, I have a friend who's like
Yeah.
he's her secret crush and so
Yeah.
we talk about him a lot.
And also on the stories, a lot of people sometimes don't even know what you're talking about, but they still will comment.
Mm,
Because everybody has to be right and has to chime in and has to, they think everybody thinks that they know what they're talking about. And the comment sections are really crazy.
Sorry for the interruption, but I have to tell you once again how excited I am to now be offering vegan lifestyle coaching. Now, I know the word vegan can be triggering, so just hear me out. Do you want to get healthier? Do you want to feel better? Are you maybe dealing with some health stuff, body stuff that just isn't ideal? We all are, aren't we? So, what if I could offer you a way to improve your body? The bloating, the inflammation, brain fog, aches and pains, digestive issues, poor sleep, extra weight, mood, and energy. Wouldn't that be awesome? Yeah, I thought so. Now, head to gentlecoaching.com/veganism and let's get started. You want to feel better, and I want to help you get there. Now, let's get back to the show. When you come across as a fashion influencer, but then on your stories, you're going on a tirade or expressing, you're emoting about anti Semitism, and someone's reaction is, like you said about the comments, I came here for fashion,
Yes.
WTF. I don't want to hear your political views or I don't want to hear your life
Hmm.
opinions. Just tell me what to wear. Where do I get the
Yeah.
jeans?
See ya. I mean, honestly, I can't, if people are like, stick to fashion, I'm like,
Yeah.
then leave.
Yeah.
That's never been what this is, you
Mm,
know? So if you want something, pretty and all done up, that's not here. We're a little bit messy here and undone. It's life. If you want something more curated, that's not here. There's nothing curated about my life, how we live. You come to my house. Like it's all how it is. It's not, we don't live a perfect, well curated, perfectly curated life. So if that's what people are looking for, there's a million other accounts that they can follow, and it's all
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, that's refreshing. And that's why I have a virtual background. Let's just
Yeah.
be clear about that. Um, so, again, I know you said that your husband married a quiet person or someone who wasn't that expressive, but you speak now with such confidence and self-assurance in this, if you don't like it, take a hike. These are my thoughts. Unfollow. I don't care. Were you a confident child? Were you the type to, tell, I don't know, a bully at school to fuck off? Like what? No.
I mean, I don't know. Definitely not. Definitely more on the shy side, 100%. Definitely. I don't know. I also, I think I might be a little bit delusional. And I talk in my high school friends chat. I don't think that we had that kind of, I don't know, I might be delusional. I think we grew up like in a nice high school and people weren't like, it wasn't like it is now.
You're
Well, and I'm
delusional.
sure people didn't have that I'm sure people did not have that same experience. I'm
Yes.
sure,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
But I just I don't I remember people being shitty to each other, but now I think like how do you not stand up? How do you not say something? And I mean, I think that that just comes with maturity and with age, you know? Like you just know better, you're going to do better. So, I think a lot of it is just maturity and just, seeing how your kids were treated, and it's just life, how you end up changing and not standing for anything anymore. So you have to say something,
Yeah.
but maybe not everybody does. I'm sure not everybody does, but definitely not my younger self. Definitely, I don't think I would have been like. I don't think so. I think it's
Yeah.
hard for people at a young age to have that kind of a voice. I think it's easy for people
Totally.
to have the bullying voice and to have that side of it, but it's hard for the other people to, everyone ends up being more of a bystander
Yeah.
than, because it's too hard to find your voice at that point. Now
Oh,
we don't have excuses. We have to stand up and say what's right. There's no excuses now.
yeah. Mm. To the topic of midlife womanhood, what are your highs and lows? If we were sitting around the dinner table, give me the high, give me the low.
Highs. I don't know. I mean, highs, I mean, I don't think anything's so bad. I mean, I think that it's important to surround yourself with good friends and, have dinners with your girlfriends and, come away and like we had dinner Thursday night and everyone's like, what supplements are you on? What creatine, what this, what that. So highs are still having groups of people close to you who you can, have these discussions with. And lows are weight gain from lack of estrogen. I don't know. That's like,
Sleep issues.
sleep issues. I mean, thinning hair, like all of those shitty things. But I don't know. I don't have I don't see like I don't see lows. I don't like that low. I
Yeah,
think
sorry.
that
Yeah.
highs are, definitely being appreciative. Highs of midlife. I don't know. You have to be happy in your own skin and you have to be comfortable in your own skin. And I think that that's a high. And all of those things happen with good friends and good relationships and things like that. But I think that you really need to figure out how to be comfortable in your own skin and not care what other people say or which obviously it affects all of us, and but you have to be able to brush it aside or not take every single thing to heart, even though that's not always so easy to do, but understands where certain things come from certain people. And if you're happy doing what you're happy doing, then it doesn't matter what other people think about what you're doing. When
Mm.
I first started to blog, I know so many people were saying shit about it behind my back. I know it like 100%. And then, you had to be just like, well, I don't care. I'm happy doing this. This is something I'm going to start. And that's with everything. I mean, I'm sure when you started the podcast, people were like, she's starting a podcast. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you just were like, this is something I want to do. And, and I'm just going to do it. And I think we need to all learn to like believe in ourselves enough that we're just going to do it. And
Mm,
it's not so deep if the podcast didn't work out, if the
right,
thinking
right.
things didn't work out, if your Substack doesn't work out, if your garden all dies, you can go plant all new things, like it's not that deep, but you should find
That's
something that you want to do and not just, having lunch with the girls, which again is
right.
not a terrible thing. Obviously, I love my girlfriends but going out for a manicure every day and then having lunch is not like I think that you need to have something deeper for yourselves than just something like, and I'm not knocking that. I like to do that
I know,
too.
of
But I'm
course, but
I'm just saying it's nice to have something meaningful for yourself to do that, and maybe it is baking bread or just for your family or giving it to your whatever it is.
yeah,
But I think that it's important for everyone to find something.
100%. 100%. Yeah, like I'm not gonna say no to a massage or a manicure. No. But I mean, I just got my roots done this morning and it's like the highlight of my week. Um, it's so wonderful, but it's not the bulk of my
It's not,
existence.
there's no meat to it. There's no,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Mhm.
task essentially.
Yeah.
It felt good, but it's a task. So, what do you do besides dinner with your girlfriends or lunch? What helps you take care of your soul? How do you define self-care? How do you regulate your nervous system?
That's a good question. Um, hmm, that's a good question. I do like to go for a walk. That's definitely, I like to be outside. When I even sitting outside reading a book, I'm like, this is like Xanax to me. It is
Yep.
just, um, if I get very anxious or nervous, I need like a project. I'm like, I'll go buy a canvas and maybe paint something, or like
Mm,
I have to create like a busy work or something. I think that's, very nervous days. I need to do something like paint
yeah.
something, plan something,
Mm,
I need to move. And it's
yeah.
usually not like move like go to a Pilates class. It's usually like I need to go for a walk, listen to something. I need to just,
It's almost like a mind and body at the same
yes,
time.
definitely. Like some people are like get nervous, they're like they have to clean the house. They have
Yeah.
to like, it's that kind of energy that you have to like move and keep busy until it passes.
I
Or
love
get
that.
onto stories and
And just
someone talk, have someone talk you
spew.
down. Yes, exactly.
Yep, just
Which
diarrhea it
happens
all
a
out.
lot. Definitely happens a lot, because whatever you're anxious about, if you come on and you're talking about it, somebody else is going to relate to you and definitely going to give you some sort of advice or, something. And it definitely helps.
Yeah, I love that. No, that's
Like your
really
podcast.
that's a really good takeaway for someone that the doing something. Because I think a lot of people, I mean, I talk a lot about modalities like doing breath work and tapping or Reiki or meditations, but the idea of actually like painting or gardening, that is so basic. It's so attainable. It's
Yep.
not,
You
it's
don't need
not,
anything.
no, I mean, for anyone who's got kids, you probably have construction paper and watercolors in your house. So I know I have about 40
Palettes.
pallets, yes, in a shoebox somewhere. So it's really, it's very, and it's really fun. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
I
during
was,
COVID, I was beading. I was just buying beads and beading and just keeping
yes,
busy making, the bead chain. Like,
yeah,
just everybody has something in them. They just have to like do it. A lot of
yeah,
people are like, and I've been saying like, a lot of times some of the comments are like, I could never, I could never,
mm,
I could never. And I thought about like some of the comments that people were commenting I could never on. I'm like, really? That's like nothing. What do you mean I could never? Why are we saying I could never? Like I'll say like Barry's boot camp, I could never.
I was gonna say, I mean, climbing Everest, I could never, but
Right. You
let's,
could.
I
It,
could,
it's
if I
it's
committed
highly
myself to
unlikely.
that. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. But like certain little things, like I think it's such a bad phrase that we have in our
Yeah.
head that is like an I could never. I don't like that. I'm like, I think that we could all do what we just, if we want to do something, just get up and do it. You just have to start. And that's like, I think that nobody knows how to start or where to start, or, but you have to start at the beginning
Well,
and
that is the goal then of this episode is to inspire people to start.
start whatever
When,
it is.
yeah, I mean, when people like you show up and say, just start, it's another voice in the head to combat the I could never. So,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
The I could never is not. I don't like that phrase. And look, we're all guilty of it. We all say it. I could
Yeah.
never. I mean, like I'm never going to say I could never bake sourdough because I can.
No, that's
Do I choose
ridiculous.
to do it? Right. But it's like, so it's the I could never is I think we have to get stuff like that out of our heads.
I like that
That's
because I just attended a retreat and she talked about language, the power of language, and changing ones that we've heard of before, like don't shit on yourself,
or
can't.
I get to. I
Yeah,
don't have to. I get.
yep, yep. Instead of I can't, she said rephrase it to I won't. Like if you're gonna say, I can't get up at 5 a.m. to go to the gym, no, it's not you can't, it's you won't. Like
Right.
own it.
Yeah.
Just own it.
Definitely.
Because there's no reason that you can't. You're just choosing not to. And when rephrase it like that, it's like, oh, okay. Well, if I'm telling myself I won't get up to go to the gym at 5 a.m., that's fine.
Right.
That's fine.
It's also my fault then, and I'm not going to complain about it because it's
Right.
my like
Right. I wasn't handcuffed to the bedpost. It was
right.
my
Yeah,
choice.
exactly.
And so, yeah, I love that I could never. Really?
Yeah.
Let's sit with that.
And now we're going to hear ourselves say it, and then we're going to
Yes.
correct, and then we'll correct ourselves every time
Yes.
we hear ourselves say it.
Yeah. Because when I
My
came
friend
back from,
Julie always says, I get to, I get to. I don't
yeah,
have to walk the dogs. I get to, I get
yeah,
to. And it's, you have to retrain your brain. And I think that like
absolutely.
when we get to be this age that like the house is quiet, your kids aren't here, they're busy doing whatever. And, so like, look, a lot of people get to and they're happy not having something to do for themselves. Maybe, their life is about going for lunch and going shopping and doing that. And maybe that's where you're happy and that's all great. I just feel like I needed something more,
Hmm.
something for myself
Yeah.
rather than, and look, if that's your life, that's awesome. Like, I
Right.
just,
Right. I just
I,
want everyone to be fulfilled. So if that's fulfilling
yeah.
for you, muzzle tough.
Exactly. And maybe make it like learning how to make fresh, if you make dinner for your family every night, learn to make fresh pasta. Or,
Right.
you know,
Make your salad dressing from scratch. Do
right.
something, take it to another
Well,
level. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And and then you'll be proud of yourself. And then you'll try something else and then try something else. And
Yeah.
whatever it is, I think that we all get stuck into doing something for everybody else. And we forget that we could do something for ourselves too. And you have to figure out what that thing is.
Yeah. It's conditioning. But
Definitely.
we get to recondition.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, look,
Oh,
you fail, whatever, just pick something else. Wasn't sourdough, make a bagel.
right. Bagels are fun to make, by the
Yeah.
way.
And easy. If you do
Yes.
like the cottage cheese bagel, just try it. It's easy. Just
Yeah. My kids had to make bagels for something in elementary school, and it was, I swear, it was like flour and water. I mean, it couldn't, and then we had, some sesame seeds or some,
right.
like dehydrated garlic or something. It was pretty simple. Yeah, just put it in boiling water. It was so fun.
Oh, you did it in boiling water. Oh,
Yeah.
you really made them.
Yeah. And I think you did the boiling water a little bit, then bake it. Maybe there was like a twofold
Hmm.
process, but really
See,
very
you're
easy.
a bagel maker.
Right? I even made churros once.
Oh,
Yeah, I went to a whole other level
see
once.
that?
That is so freaking messy and painful when the oil is like
Oh,
splattering on your
yes.
arms. Yeah. So
Yes,
that
for
was a one and
sure.
done, but I did it.
See?
I did
It's
it.
not, I could never make a churro.
Right. I am now choosing not to ever do that again.
For sure.
Oh, Jen. Okay. Thank you for everything that you've said. please tell everybody where they can find and follow you.
On Instagram, Jen.Sattler. Same on TikTok. I don't do the Facebook anymore. I've weaned from the Facebook.
Awesome. It'll be in the show notes.
Thank you.
This was really so enjoyable. I'm so glad to have met you and shared this time together.
Thank you.
And in conclusion, I want to invite you to raise a glass and let us say cheers to, there were so many good things, but let's say cheers to abolishing I could never
Oh,
and
abolish. I
just
like that.
abolishing I could never and just starting.
That's cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
My daughter's a big fan of Despicable Me, and there's the clink. There's a little,
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I don't know if your sons were like animated movie
Right.
fans,
They
but
were, but they're 21 and
yeah,
24, so I can't, all of that's out of the brain at this
yeah,
point.
yeah.
Not
No,
as
my daughter's
spaced out.
18 and still loves them. So,
Oh,
so if you're not familiar with Despicable Me with Steve Carell, I think,
yes.
yes,
Yes.
put, put that on the list. But
Okay.
there's a like a little teacup like clink.
Okay.
So I always think when I'm like clinking the Zoom screen.
Yes. I will when my younger son comes home, we'll see. Maybe we'll have a Despicable Me
Right?
yeah,
It's so
watch
cute.
party.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And
Thank
I'm just
you.
so grateful for this time.
Same.
How fun is Jen Sattler? Now, you have to make it a point to check out her Instagram or TikTok because her videos are addictive, engaging, and really helpful at navigating the confusing world of women's fashion. Now, let me get into her many notes from the sidelines. And just a reminder, these notes from the sidelines are the takeaways from the conversation. So we had a long conversation. These are essentially the Cliff's Notes. Number one, a lot of people don't like to talk about personal things or big issues, and social media offers the opportunity to participate in conversations or at least observe and listen to others. So even for people that don't like to speak up about their problems, they still crave connection, and social media offers that. Number two, it's important to connect and talk and not hide or think things are taboo. Conversation is how we learn. Number three, empty nesthood or kids aging naturally changes our lives because we're no longer working around their schedules. Number four, you can go on YouTube and learn just about anything. So it's important for all of us to find that something or many things that we want to explore. Number five, stop overthinking and just do something. Just start. So what if you fail? Number six, there are so many things at our fingertips. So if we're not doing something, trying something, engaging in something, it's our fault. Number seven, it's important to have confidence in yourself and really not care what anyone else thinks. Number eight, we live in a culture of following masses, especially when it comes to buying our clothes. So just stop that. Do your own thing. Number nine, it's hard not to get influenced when we see messages over and over again. So if you are making purchases or following trends because you see them everywhere, it's normal. No judgment. Don't shame yourself. Number 10, we live in a world where people have no filter and many of them are hiding behind their screen. So people will comment online without facts just to hear themselves talk and think that they're right. We need to be discerning. Number 11, with maturity and age comes the confidence to speak up and the awareness of wrongdoing. We know better, so we do better. Number 12, in midlife, it's important to surround yourself with good friends, people you can have real discussions with, and also it's equally important to be comfortable in your own skin and be happy doing what you're doing, regardless of what others think. Number 13, for nervous system regulation, Jen recommends going for a walk, sitting outside reading, engaging in craft projects, or just getting on Instagram stories and purging the thoughts in your mind. Number 14, if you're saying the words, I could never, stop. Don't do that. If you want to do something, just declare it and start. And if you don't want to do something, that's fine, but it's not an I could never. And finally, number 15, Just get out there and start doing something. You will be proud of yourself and want to try something else. And it's an amazing thing to do something for yourself. So thank you, Jen Sattler, for sharing yourself so honestly and relatably. These were messages we needed to hear. And speaking of doing something for yourself, I want to remind you to head to gentlecoaching.com/veganism and do that for yourself. Commit to your health, your vitality, and take a position on doing less harm to the world around you. I know you care. You care about your own pets, other animals that you see out and about, like when you drive past a farm, and you care about the environment. I know you recycle. You're not rolling down the window and throwing trash out of the car. But why not go a step further? Why not try going plant-based? And believe me, I know it's a huge undertaking, which is why I am a coach. I am that person who will simplify it for you, share recipes, give you shopping lists and checklists, and cheerlead for you every step of the way. So I hope to see you in the program, gentlecoaching.com/veganism. Grab a friend, do it together, and keep tuning in. Keep listening to these incredible conversations. Tell your friends about Sideline Sisters, and I will see you right back here next week for my beautiful conversation with the gorgeous and talented Kate Taylor. Have an amazing week. Cheers to you.